Project, a community-based organization whose membership comprised of diverse individuals who are invested stakeholders living or doing business in the Coney Island neighborhood. Our group has grown from initial as an active street tree steward volunteer to a group of local environmental climate change activist group. During this pandemic period, the Coney Island community has realized the enormous value of our parkland and shoreline in Coney Island Creek. This previously muted voice of those who most negatively impacted by climate change discovered the health and mental benefits of our great outdoors. We are of the opinion that New York City EDC did not fulfill its obligation to include public participation in this process. Just calling a few limited published meetings does not exonerate EDC from the charge of including public input. I just want to mention the only meeting that we had with this community was March 4th, which was in the middle of a pandemic. The brave people who attended that and testified at that public meeting were not acknowledged. We were not speaking, but we were speaking, but we were not heard. We need to completely examine the permit application. As laymen, we must seek the opinion of our allies who study permit topics. Their opinions are of great value to us, and we navigate what we have perceived as a plan that is harmful to us. Many of us recall news of dumping raw sewage, dying chemicals, motor oil, and various toxins in Coney Island Creek. We cannot envision a safe way of mitigating pollution during dredging. We are not willing to risk the health of our community for a ferry located on the north side of this peninsula. As a resident, I just want to say that my concern is this community has suffered long enough. We have suffered through Sandy, where people still have lung disease that they never had before. We had the 4th highest death rate of COVID-19 in this community. This community has sacrificed their life. How much more are they supposed to give? This here, the dredging here of Coney Island Creek is going to have an adverse effect on this community. Here it is right next to these Gravesend houses. Most of the people in these houses don't even know, and EDC has not reached out to the community here to tell them how it's going to affect them. They just want to get the ferry in and get it in right away, but this is not the proper location. We all think that a better location would serve the entire community, both residents and businesses and people visiting Coney Island would be on the ocean side. It would be a loss of educational value. This is one of the last creeks in Brooklyn. There were over 1,000 creeks. This is the last one. This is a part of the Atlantic Flyaway. This is a very delicate ecosystem. This is where the fish come to. It's a nursery to the Atlantic Ocean. Coney Island Beautification has been out here for the last 4 years with the horseshoe crab monitoring. The horseshoe crabs are valuable to all of us. Horseshoe crab's blood is used to test vaccines, which has a direct effect on this community with the vaccine for COVID-19. It also makes sure that medical instruments are sterile. Those horseshoe crab lay their eggs in this creek here, and the red-knocked bird, which is very rare, who is a migratory bird, which we have a lot of migratory birds that stop here. We are part of the Atlantic Flyaway, and they feed here in this creek. And all of this will be destroyed, and it will be destroyed forever. You will not be able to bring back this delicate ecosystem. Thank you very much.